The hidden blood rituals of the Bible, divine deception or ancient energy. Harvesting. For centuries, we've been told that the Bible is a book of love, salvation, and divine wisdom. But hidden within its pages lies something far more unsettling. Rituals of blood sacrifice eerily similar to ancient occult practices. Blood spilled on sacred altars. Lambs slain for atonement. Human sacrifices that echo the dark rites of civilizations long before Israel. If God is truly unconditional love, truth, peace, and forgiveness, why does He demand blood to redeem, to cleanse, to protect? Or the better question is, who or what truly benefits from these sacrifices? Let's examine the evidence. Blood atonement, a divine offering or an ancient energy exchange. Leviticus 17:11 states, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it for you on the altar to make atonement for your souls." But why would a loving God require bloodshed for forgiveness? Throughout history, blood sacrifices were performed to feed unseen entities. Ancient occultists, mystics, and secret societies have long known that blood is energy, a life force that carries power beyond the physical realm. Blood was spilled to seal contracts. Blood was used to invoke spirits. Blood was offered to gods, both feared and revered. So, if forgiveness requires no pain, no suffering, no death, who was truly receiving these offerings? The Passover blood ritual, a spiritual contract? Exodus 12:7-13. The Israelites were commanded to smear lamb's blood on their doors so that the angel of death would pass over. But in esoteric traditions, blood markings have always served a purpose: to seal spiritual agreements, to invoke protection from supernatural forces, to bind individuals to unseen entities. So, we must ask, who or what needed to see the blood to grant protection? Why did the angel of death require a blood offering before sparing lives? And if God is the source of life, why does protection in this case come only through death? Jephthah's daughter, a pact paid in blood. Judges 11:30-39. Jephthah makes a vow. "If you give the Ammonites into my hands, whatever comes out of my house first, I will sacrifice it as a burnt offering." But the first to greet him is his daughter. Instead of divine intervention stopping this horrific act, the sacrifice is fulfilled. This mirrors ancient Canaanite, Phoenician, and Babylonian rituals, where offerings of life were made in exchange for power. A father kills his child as a sign of devotion. A deal is made with an unseen force. The cycle of sacrifice continues. If the biblical God is love, would He demand such a price? Or was this evidence that blood pacts served something or someone else? The crucifixion, the ultimate blood ritual? John 6:53-56. "Unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink His blood, you have no life in you." But Jesus never wrote this Himself. This passage mirrors ancient blood-drinking rituals, occult initiation ceremonies where consuming blood granted power, symbolic cannibalism. And yet, millions unknowingly reenact this ritual through Holy Communion. If God is love, mercy, and compassion, why would salvation require blood? Could the crucifixion be the continuation of an ancient blood ritual masked as divine atonement? Abraham's blood covenant, a spiritual binding? Genesis 15. Abraham is commanded to cut animals in half, arranging them in a ritualistic pattern. A smoking firepot, representing the presence of God, passes between the pieces, sealing the covenant. But this mirrors blood oaths binding individuals to unseen forces, occult initiation rituals requiring a sacrificial price, ancient energy exchange ceremonies. Was this truly a divine act? or an ancient spiritual contract disguised as faith? The death of the firstborn, a mass sacrifice? Exodus 12:29. At midnight, the Lord struck down all the firstborn in Egypt. But throughout history, mass child sacrifices were performed to appease deities. The deaths of Egypt's firstborn eerily resemble satanic human sacrifice rituals. The cult of Moloch, where children were burned alive for favor. Would a God of love and life demand the deaths of innocent children? Or is this another example of older blood rituals embedded into religious history? Who was the blood offered to? Throughout history, blood rituals have been linked to entities that thrive on life force. If God is truly unconditional love, peace, and freedom, why would he demand suffering? So, we must ask, 1. Were these sacrifices truly commanded by God, or borrowed from older blood magic traditions? 2. Who or what actually benefited from these offerings? 3. Are modern religious practices unknowingly feeding into ancient spiritual contracts? These rituals may not just be historical. They may be part of a system designed to keep humanity bound in cycles of energy extraction. But the truth is waiting to be revealed. Where do we go next? Should we expose more hidden blood rituals in the Bible? Reveal how religious doctrines have been altered for control? Unveil how ancient blood magic still influences the world today? Comment, break the cycle if you're ready for more. And remember, like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the next revelation may change everything you thought you knew.